Hi team, this is Paul Bermudez, broker for Ultima Real Estate. Hey, well, here we are, last week of the year, and so now, of course, it's time to start thinking about next year and setting all our goals into all what we need to do. The problem here is that statistics show that 88% of basically all the resolutions that are made are never kept. Okay, so as my friend Dr. Hank, most of you know, likes to say, okay, we want to focus on what we want to create, not what we don't want. So I wanted to help you basically with a few tips about setting up your goals and for next year. And so that way you'll have the best impact possible starting January 1st. Okay, first thing, we need to write down, so it's a written goal for next year at the end of the year, and put a date on it. Put the date because just something with I want to make $1 million is really only a wish. It's not a goal. Put the actual date that you will accomplish it. Okay. Also, don't get crazy on me. Don't put $1 million. Really, put something that at least is about 25%. Again, statistics have shown that you put a goal for 25%. It's still a little bit of a challenge, but you can reach it. If you put it too high, man, you won't get it done. Okay, so that's important. So now you have it for a year. Part 2 is now break it down, divide it into 4s, and make it a 90-day goal. Okay, right now you have goals. Real simple. You can do as many as you want. Okay, but do it this formula. You'll see it's going to be so much better. Now I want to change how we do it a little bit. Now I want to put in focus. Let's focus, number one, focus on the process. Okay. Now, what do I mean by focusing on a process? Well, you want to be a better presenter. You want to do better presentations. Okay. Then put in your goals that you want to attend a class or that you're going to practice more. Okay. For example, if you're a real estate agent, you're going to practice your listing presentations, your buyer presentations. If you're one of my networker guys, okay, we have tons of them. What about practicing the presentation with one person or in front of a group? Okay, practice is important. Again, if you're in real estate, maybe you want to make more sales. Obviously, right? We want to make more money. Okay, so then you say, I'm going to call 5 people before lunch every day. So that's the process. Or again, if you're one of my networkers, you say, hey, you know what? I want to give 4 wild parties a week. That's a process. Now you got something going. Second thing is to focus on the system. What do I mean by that? Okay, what I'm talking about is now you have to focus on what does a good presentation look like? What does a good listing presentation look like? What does a good buyer presentation look like? What is a good presentation in front of a crowd that I'm doing as a networker? All these are important, but you have to know what it looks like in order to do it. So you may have to practice or whatever, but start thinking about that system. For example, the sales calls. Maybe you want more sales as a real estate person. Okay, then find some scripts. Learn some scripts. Learn what you have to say. Learn what other people say. And depending on your client, your target, you learn what exactly are the best ways to reach that client. And again, be a networker. What's the best way to give a wild party? Everything from how can you have a great wild party, how to invite, all those things are important in your process. Third thing I want you to focus on is you. Yeah, you. Which means that, okay, you have to grow. Okay, if you want to achieve certain goals, you have to achieve being a better person. And not better as I'm sure you're a good person. That's not what I'm talking about. I mean, you got to increase your expertise. Now, how many times do I tell you, real estate agents, when you get your license, great, you start out as a commodity. That means anybody can do it. How many people have uncles, aunts that sell real estate? But when you start raising the level, when you start learning more, when you start reading, when you know about the industry, okay, now you become an expert, and that's what you need to focus on, becoming an expert. Many of you guys don't even do, and I'm talking about real estate, I'm also talking about you guys, new networkers. If you think you're off the hook, forget it, you're not. Okay, everybody should be reading 20 minutes in their industry to figure out, oh, how can I do something better? How can I be smart? How can I expand my horizons? This is very, very important. Now, last thing, very quickly, set up some of these things in 21-day challenges. I love this idea. It's from Darren Hardy. It's great. Okay? In other words, okay, I'm going to make sales calls, 5 calls before lunch every day. So for 21 days, you do that and set yourself up. Of course, reward yourself at the end. That's always important. But by doing those kind of things, you start realizing they become a habit. And once they become a habit, they become easier to do. All right? Finally, think about it that 21-day challenges in a year are actually 16 challenges that you have gotten to do and that hopefully you've done with success. And those little successes build your confidence. I love it. So this is Paul signing up. I'm in your corner. Let's get it done. Thanks, guys.